Tanse, kita tamskat no au kakiao, Jamie Chalifoux Nitsigasun, Capuino Cuchinia. So welcome everyone, I shake hands with all of you. My name is Jamie Chalifoux. I come from the small community of Greward, Alberta. The surnames in my family are Chalifouxs, are Cunninghams, Hamlins, and Shaws. Growing up, I've had the opportunity to learn from my dad and from other elders. So I've had a lot of teachers share knowledge with me that I'll be sharing with you today. Today we are near a small community of Jussard out in the Muskeg. We are in Treaty 8 territory and District 21 of the Otipemisiwak Métis government. So as Métis people, our teachings of Wakaotowin, we're connected to all beings, we're connected to the trees, we're connected to the grass, the animals, the plants. And that is how we see ourselves in this world. The world and the environment doesn't belong to us, but we belong to the world and the environment. First and foremost, we offer our tobacco, and we say a prayer. We ask permission from the plant or the animals that we're harvesting that we may take them, and we explain to that plant what we're going to use it for. When we look around these plants, these trees, all these beings that we share the land with, they're a part of us, they're our relatives. So we want to just walk carefully. We want to ensure that we're not doing harm to our relatives, that we leave the environment the way we found it as best we can. And we always try our best not to over-harvest. We'll pick enough that will last us for what we need. When we're done harvesting though, we have to take the time to make sure to dry the plants that we're harvesting so they don't spoil. In a modern day, we will package that meat and we'll put it in the freezer to last us throughout the winter. A long time ago though, before we had fridges and freezers, our people would have sliced the meat thinly from the moose. They would have dried it and smoked it over a fire so it lasted throughout the winter and that meat didn't spoil. And of course, what we're taught from our ancestors and our elders is we always share what we gather. We always show generosity and help others. If they've had a poor harvest, if they weren't able to get any animals, we always shared their meat to make sure everyone had enough for the winter to get through the hard seasons. Today we're on the land harvesting Labrador tea, also known as Muskego Bagua. We don't want to harvest too much from one plant. I already put my tobacco down. I asked permission from this relative that I could use some of it. So what I'll do is I'll pick just some of the leaves off different parts of the plant. And the amazing thing about this plant is if you look around the forest right now, there are no leaves, there's no green anywhere except these spruce trees and this Labrador tea. We're out of the bush now, we're in a parking area. It's a perfect place to make muskegi apoy, which is a medicine drink. The first medicine plant relative we're going to put in there is this Wachuska Mitsuin, we call it in Cree. In English, it would be called sweet flag, but that's the first one we're going to put into our tea because it takes a while for the medicine to come out of that because it's a really dry root. So we're going to let that one soak a while before we add in some wild mint and some Labrador. Our water is boiling, so now we're going to put some of our Labrador. I brought some dried Labrador tea with us. So you want to put about that much to about 1 liter of water. And we're just going to add that in there and let that steep for a while. And I also have a few other things here I'm going to add. I have some umsko wigaskwa, we call it in Cree. It is wild mint. The Métis people call it laboom. And it adds such a beautiful flavor to our teas. And we're going to let that steep for a little bit. And in about 5 minutes, our tea will be ready.